NFL Films' Greg Cosell on what happened with Brandon Aiyuk in San Francisco and the talent he brings.
We gave them a little bit of a vertical dimension, which they don't have. Maybe Ricky Pearsall can give it to them if healthy. Obviously, he's been hurt a lot, but he gave them a bit of a vertical dimension. I thought he was a good player, not in that top 3 or 4 group, but a really good player that gave them something that they sorely missed and needed as they played this season. It'll be interesting to see how teams react to him. Now, talent always wins out over temperament in this league, but I think teams will do a lot of due diligence about Brandon Aiyuk to find out what's going on here because he pretty much just shut out the Niners. I guess in his mind, he decided he didn't want to play there anymore after signing a big contract. But, we'll see. I mean, something's going on there that maybe we don't know about, Ross.
And Jeff, John Lynch came out and said he won't play for the 49ers anymore. That's a guy the Browns tried to trade for right around the time he was holding out before he signed the big deal.
Okay, so Brandon Aiyuk can't be happy playing for an organization that has been very successful in his time in the NFL. So now a team is basically going to sell their soul, and it's not going to be selling your soul. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I think if he called San Francisco and said, I'm interested in Brandon Aiyuk, it would be Kramer back in the day. I'll take it. You didn't even know what they offered. I think that's how quick San Francisco would gladly put him on a plane and send him to whatever city that team would be. But now he's going to go to a situation, A, where he's going to have to work. He's not going to just walk in and be the guy. B, most likely the team he's going to has not been successful. And now all of a sudden he's going to be, the choir boy we need him to be. He's going to be the guy that shows up to every meeting. He is going to be the guy, because remember, there was the video. They were arguing him because he wore shorts to practice. They told him do not wear. He still put them on and came out there. Like, you're dealing with a guy that sometimes could act like a 14-year-old. No team is going to be interested necessarily in that for much for San Francisco for the money that Brandon Aiyuk is making. I don't think anybody's appreciating the fact that, the only thing he seems to be into right now maybe is a fast and furious lifestyle where he's driving around at 85, 100 miles an hour. The Browns have certainly had enough of those issues. Brandon Aiyuk, for once, a guy that was, Brandon Aiyuk might be available. I think 31 teams in the NFL, everybody said, oh. But I think now it's, yeah, but once a guy had a great talent, but you really have to question, is the game the number one thing in his life? And my guess would be probably no, it's not. Because, look, we understood you couldn't play, but you couldn't just show up every day like everybody else. I mean, we got to see Warner sitting there. What did he do to try to get back, to try to almost be able to play in that playoff game? There's a guy that tells you everything that this game means to him. Or Brandon Aiyuk just said, hey, I hope the checks are being still mailed. I'm not coming in.
Yeah, the Browns don't need more of that, without question. I'm with you.
They don't like Jerry Jeudy. Can you imagine what they would think of this guy?